Hi guys, I haven't recorded a video in a while, but I thought that I might want to start a new series. I haven't had much to do, so, and I just recently rewatched all of this one guy's video, like, survival guide series for Minecraft. That's Paul Source Jr. I'll link him in the description, because I watched that all growing up, and I figured that might be a good idea to do something real similar. So, welcome to Zoozer's Survival Guide, Episode 1. I'll just be kind of showing off the basics on how to survive and thrive in Minecraft, one step at a time. So this will just be like the intro episode. So I'm making a new world. I'm gonna just kind of see how everything goes and wish me luck. We'll see how long that I can keep this series up, and let me all know what y'all think about it. Okay, I'm back. I just had to quickly relaunch the game because my skin wasn't right. Now it should be. There I am. So Ooh, we got a pretty good spawn. So today's episode is just gonna be about sort of surviving your first night and the basics of Minecraft. So if you are starting out just as a new player, I recommend you use bonus chests. They're pretty cool. They give you about 4 torches to start out surrounding them, and they come in pretty close to where you spawn. So I spawned on this like grassy hill, um, and the bonus chest was right next to me. So in it, you can find some good wood to start out with, and it's all the different kinds of wood that you'll find as you keep playing the game. So here I got jungle logs and I got oak logs. Um, those are pretty much the jungle logs you find in the jungle, and the oak logs are some of the most common kinds that you can find, like in plains or forests or pretty basic things like that. I also got 3 items that are all food items, so that's bread, raw salmon, and apples. With raw salmon, you can cook it, and it will restore like more of your hunger. And that bar right above, like the bottom, that looks like little sort of like I don't really know what to call those things, but they look like little chocolate popsicles with strawberry on the inside, like little meat bars. That are down there. Those pretty much track your hunger, and I'll point it out again once they start to go down. It also gives you tools, so we have the stone pickaxe and the wooden axe. There are different sort of tiers of all the different tools or different levels. So with the wooden axe, you just get that from basic wood that you could find, and the stone axe you have to work a little bit more for, and you have to mine stone. Farther off in the distance over there, you can actually see some stone exposed in the hills. And also, all spawns in a chest. Um, I probably don't have to explain what a chest does. It just stores items for you. And you can break it afterwards, and that's pretty useful just to have. So, we're gonna be sort of just looking around for a good place that we're gonna want to survive. And as I'm looking around, I see some animals over here. You can kill them for food and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I feel bad about killing that one though, so I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of chicken, so we're gonna do that. Now, just a cool little thing that I want to point out real quick is that when you hover over the wooden axe, it should show you its attack speed and attack damage. It has a pretty high attack damage compared to swords and things, and that increases if you are jumping, which delivers a critical hit, like that. Now also, if you notice that sword right under my crosshair after I swing, that charges up, that shows whether I'll deal my full damage. If I click before that thing is fully charged up, then it will deal less damage than the full amount. So that's just another kind of cool thing to keep track of. That way you're dealing the most damage possible. Now here's a tree. Trees spawn everywhere, and they're pretty easy. The leaves around, you're not going to want to break with the axe, because everything you break takes away durability. You won't be able to normally see the durability of a tool, except for that green bar under it, but there's a setting I have turned on that displays the durability that I have on that wooden axe at the bottom. There you can see it's 54 out of 59, and the higher sort of level that tool is, like the stone pickaxe, it doesn't display it. I mean, let me break something with it. There we go. Like the higher level it is, it has more durability. And also, in most cases, more attack damage. The attack speed doesn't usually change though. So for the stone pickaxe, I'll also be able to break better things with it, or things faster. I almost broke the tree with the pickaxe, and you're going to want to sort of break things with the tool that matches it. So wood, you're going to want to use an axe. This also includes wooden planks and things like that I'll show y'all how to make later when I get to crafting. But the leaves, after you chop down the tree will slowly sort of dissolve. There's not really gravity in Minecraft. And if you don't break all the logs, then the tree will just be left floating. Over there, that's a bee. They're kind of cool. They don't do much, though. Here, as the tree dissolves, it'll drop saplings, sticks, and apples. Now, the kind of sapling you get is based off of the kind of tree. So here, I got an oak sapling, and also notice that the tree gave me oak logs. So I got about 2 saplings, so you can use that to get about more saplings than you started out with, and the apples are also a good thing to have early game. Remember, I got this one from the bonus chest I started out with. You can also punch the leaves to like get them to dissolve faster. Notice you don't want to use your tools for this because it'll lose their durability like it would if you were breaking normal block. There's another apple I got. So once again, you're going to want to use pickaxes for things like stone and bricks, and axes for all wooden objects, or objects made out of wood too. There are a couple other tools, like the shovel and the hoe. The shovel you want to use to break softer things like dirt or sand. This is all dirt around it, and that's actually a beehive, in case you were wondering. You can see the little opening? That must have been where that bee we saw earlier came from. So I'm actually just going to leave that tree be, because I don't want to mess with the bee's house. Looks like we dropped in near a pretty nice sort of flower field. These are kind of cool. You can break the flowers and you can place them in other places just by right-clicking on grass. You can't place them on things like stone because you can't really plant flowers on stone bricks and things like that. But I like to have them for making gardens or decoration. But the sun's setting pretty quick here, you can see, because it's actually right above us and it moves over. So we're at about midday. And we're going to want shelter before night, because when it's night, then monsters start to come out, and they're a little bit more dangerous. And notice the little hearts next to my, like, hotbar, which is what that little inventory thing at the bottom is. Those things track how much health you have, and once that drops all the way down, then you'll die, and all of your items will drop onto the ground. You'll just come back, though. It's not too dangerous. But you will lose a bunch of items, and it can really be a hassle trying to get them back. Now this here is a sheep, as you can probably guess. It drops wool, which you can use to make beds, and beds are really important because that's how you set a spawn point, so it's where you come back after you die. You can also use them to sleep through nights, so you avoid all the dangerous mobs that come out. So, sorry sheep, but we're gonna have to get rid of you. There we go. Another detail is that they drop sort of meat. In this case, it's raw mutton, because mutton comes from sheep. And that's just another cool little detail. All of the animals drop their corresponding sort of food or meat. Okay, so I made it to about the side of a hill, and here you can see a couple things that, well, you can see a bunch of stone, first of all, and you can probably see some rocks that look a little bit different. This sort of brown one, that's iron. That's a level up from stone tools. And since we got that stone pickaxe from the starter chest, we can come up here and get it real quick. Don't worry, I'll explain how to craft tools pretty soon. It's not that complicated, but it's still kind of nice to know, because when I first played Minecraft, I had no idea how to do any of this stuff. That was when I was really young. I was like 4 or 5. Here's another kind of rock you can find. It's that one up there. It's like almost black. That's coal. You can use coal to power furnaces to cook food and sort of smelt, is what it's called, like smelting down iron and tools to turn them into, or like the raw iron you get and turn it into iron bars you can use to make tools. Now this orange stuff, that's called copper. It's not that useful since you can't make any tools out of it, but you can make a whole lot of like blocks and things to make your house look cool. Because a whole bunch of Minecraft, it's not just about surviving, it's also about building and like enjoying the world that you have, you know? One more thing to point out is that this material over here, this is gravel. This is another one of those soft, like softer rocks, so you break this with a shovel. I don't have a shovel though, so I'm just going to use my fist. Because you'll notice that when it's a tool that doesn't correspond, You can break it with any tool at the same speed. It'll just take durability away, so that's why I use my fist or another block. Because normal items, they can't lose durability like tools do. And actually, it's getting pretty dark, so I'm gonna show you all a pretty quick way to survive your first night. Now you're just gonna want to find a wall or a hill or something, and you're just gonna want to start mining into it. Now, if you have your torches, either by crafting them or finding them, then you're going to want to put these inside of your house, because monsters can sort of like enter in through dark areas, like they just sort of appear in there. So you're going to want to always keep everything well lit. Now keep in mind they won't appear if you're nearby, but now I'm going to quickly walk you all through crafting. Now this little crafting menu here has 4 slots in your inventory, and you can later get a crafting table with 9 slots. That's going to be your normal tool. So by dropping in a log, you can turn that into 4 planks per log. You can see it shows the output here, and then you can take it out of this just by clicking. And you can see it goes 4, 8, and then 12 because I had 3 logs. Next up, we're going to want to sort of craft this just by right mouse clicking and dragging through here. You can also click the right mouse button to pick up half a stack, or if you pick up the full stack with the left mouse button, you can right mouse click to drop in 1. Now I gotta move a little bit faster because it's getting close to nighttime, but you can place down this crafting table like a normal block, and it gives you that sort of 9 grid thing. And then if you place things sort of in the shape of the item you want, it'll give you that item, which is pretty cool. Now when I first played, they didn't have this thing right here, this little green notebook it looks like. But when you're playing, you can pop this up, and it might look kind of confusing, but I'll explain it pretty quick. Now, you don't need this to play the game, but here, I'm just going to get some more oak planks and walk you through how I made that door again. So, like I said, you can arrange things in any really shape or size to make what you want. So there I just made a trapdoor by putting the normal door shape and making it sideways. If you double tap the left mouse button, it picks up all of the same blocks, so I can do that to sort of pick up what I'm crafting a little bit faster and get it all back in my inventory. And then next up, I'm going to sort of demonstrate how I made that door again. Like I said, you just want to arrange them in the pattern that you want, or the recipe that you want. They're called crafting recipes. And the other way you could do this is when you get an item, it gives you a little hint. This is a newer feature, and that hint, it appears in this little menu you have. Now you'll see that I have things that are highlighted just in the light, like white or gray, and I have things in red. Now these things in red are things I know how to make, but I can't make them yet, like I don't have the items to, or the tools to. And then these things in white are things I can make right now. Now, you have a lot of options in here, and right here is that door. So if I were to do this based off of the hints, and not just because I already knew how to make the door, I would just left mouse click on how to make these, like this door, and it would pop up and put all of my items in here. Now let's say that I didn't have the items to make something, and I wanted to know how. Like here, this is a banner. And then if I click it, it'll highlight it in red. These are not items that I actually have right now, but it's like a blueprint to put in the items that I want. It goes away as soon as you place something in there, but for that, it shows me that if I had 6 white wool and a stick, then I could arrange them like that to make a banner. All the items have different uses. Some of them are just for looks, like if I just wanted to build something and make it look cool, and then other things have a better use. So let's take the furnace for example. Since I have cobblestone, which is what you get from breaking this normal stone, you'll notice it looks a little different. That's because like you broke it down. You're gonna actually want to like move this and sort of make a donut shape. And then that, once again, you can find that either by using this cool little menu that, once again, you get by clicking the green book, or you can just either remember or figure it out. You can always experiment, because I'll say that sometimes you can have all the materials and things, and the hint or the recipe won't pop up in this browser. So feel free to experiment with different things that you think might exist, because you might find something that you can craft, just you don't know how to yet. And keep in mind, you don't need any of these recipes to actually craft something. you just need all the materials. So here I can pull this furnace out of here, and it uses up the 8 cobblestone I used to make that sort of donut shape. And then this thing, this is probably one of the most important blocks, right here. So I'm going to place that there. I'm going to put that coal I got earlier in here. And then next up, I'm not actually that hungry yet, but what I can do is I have this raw iron, and I have 4 of it. Notice that. So once I place this in here, you'll notice that the coal is going to disappear, and that these 3 little sticks here are going to all light up, so it looks like fire. That's because it uses the coal as fuel to start to smelt down this iron. And you'll notice this will slowly go down as this arrow fills up, and it gives me ingots as it goes along. There, I just got an achievement. Achievements are another good way to track how to play the game. And such, if you press escape and then advancements, it gives you a sort of like path you can follow. Like here, Minecraft, that's the one you start from. And then Stone Age, once you make a pickaxe, you can sort of mine for stone to get that one, and then it explains how to get all these as you go along. So if you're ever confused, or you don't know what to do, or you don't have something to do, you can just open up this little menu once again just by pressing the escape button and then pressing advancements, and then it'll give you a little path you can follow to keep up. Alright, there are a whole lot of other complicated ones, like this is the adventure path. So not everything in Minecraft is required to do. You don't really have to do anything. It's all about just how you want to explore. But really, what I like to do, you're just going to want to stick with this one, the basic Minecraft one, for now, if you're starting out. Here you can see it keeps going even when I'm not in the menu. You can notice that it still has fuel because the little fire is crackling in the furnace. It'll all go dark again once this little flame icon runs out. And also, a little cool detail is that when you have coal, you can smelt down 8 of the same item in a row. Also, that charge stays there for a little bit, but it will slowly go down if you don't tend to it. So you're going to want to keep adding in items to get the most out of the fuel you have. This is also important if you just don't have that much fuel and you want to use it as much as possible. So, as I said, it can smelt down 8 items. I had about 4 iron, and now I have 2 mutton, and I also have 2 raw chicken. So I'm going to try to see if I have enough fuel to smelt down all of it at once, but I don't know if I'll have enough time. I think I will, though. Also, just looking outside, you can see it's kind of dark and scary out there. I don't see any monsters out yet, though. I'm playing on easy mode just for the sake of the tutorial, because I'm pretty good at the game, but I'm not that great. See, I didn't have enough charge to get it to 8 because I waited a little bit too long. But I still got pretty good use. I managed to smelt 7 items using 1 coal. Now another thing, if you don't have any coal, or you can't find hills to mine it from, or caves, then you can also, you can use wood too. Because wood items burn just like they do in real life if you're making a campfire or something. Now usually you're going to want to use pretty cheap things, and notice they won't be able to fuel as much as coal does. But a cool thing you can do is you can get logs. I don't want to use all my logs because I don't have that many. But I'm going to use 8, and I'm going to put them in this top thing. This is what's getting burned. This is what's getting smelted. And then down here, this is what you use as fuel. Now I have a lot of sticks, and I don't really want to use the sticks. So I'm going to put the sticks in this bottom area. And the fire is going to, like I said, it's going to go down a lot faster than before. Like here, it's going to use about 2 sticks per thing that fills up. But see, now I get charcoal, and I'm going to quickly replace this because I don't want to lose any more of my sticks. And then that works the same as coal. It just looks a little bit different. Charcoal is what you get when you sort of scorch wood, because it, I don't really know the science behind it, but it kind of makes it into carbon, which is what coal and charcoal are both made out of. They're very similar. And then you can use this to just get more fuel to melt more things. I don't have that much more I need to actually melt, except my raw chicken. So I'm just going to take my 3 charcoal and be okay with that. Now, if you do have a little house, however small, this isn't a very big house, it's not a very great one. It's kind of cramped, so I should probably expand it a little bit. But what you can do is you can decorate it, you know? You can make it more of your own. And I'm just going to get some oak stairs by clicking on that little menu in here and taking them out. Now, I'm going to want this to be a little bit bigger. And something I also want to point out, this is another sort of basic thing. This will probably be the last lesson before the day goes on. I want to do like a day an episode, so you learn a little bit more each day and it's not too long. But the player is 2 blocks high. Each block is roughly, it's about 1 meter, so that's 3 feet tall, and your character is about 6 feet tall exactly. So see, when I'm in here and I press the space bar, I can't really jump because I'm only as tall as this. I'm actually a little bit shorter, so I can kind of jump, but it doesn't do much. But once we're in here and we have 3 blocks of height, then I can jump 1 block high. So that's kind of a cool thing. A lot of monsters and all. That's actually a skeleton out there. They're 2 blocks high as well. But if there's ever a dangerous one or like a really big one, you can take advantage of the fact that you're smaller than it and like sort of dig a little hole and hide in there so it can't get to you. Alright, like I was talking about decorating before, I want a nice countertop, you know? I want a nice place to put things and set things up. So here I have stairs and a cool little thing. This is my last lesson for today. This is building and explaining how stairs work. So when you have stairs, you put them down and it looks like the same like sort of size of this block except with a little like chunk, like a quarter missing. You can walk up it, walk down it. But it really depends like where you place it, what it's going to be. So it's always going to place in the direction that you're looking. See, like I just placed them all in different directions because I was looking in different directions. And it's always going to kind of place like that. But then, say I want this upside down so it looks like a countertop, you know? Because countertops, they like poke out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it at this top half. Notice I'm not placing it at the bottom, because if I place it at the bottom, or here, it's going to do that. But if I place it at the top half, it's going to go upside down. So that's kind of a cool thing. And I'm going to want it to look right about like that. See? Now I can set little things there. I actually want a little flower in here, because I picked all these flowers earlier. I'm going to make this. This is my little humble house that I'll be living in for a little bit before I decide to get enough stuff to make a nicer one. So thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all watch the next episode. Let me know if this was helpful or if it was too much, too little. I want to figure out how much I actually need to talk since I haven't made a video in a really long time. So let me know, give me your feedback in the comments. Like it if you like it, don't like it if you don't like it. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you.